And start game over streak for Castlevania Mega Man series. We're going to be playing Castlevania 3, which is the next one in order. I'm going to play the Japanese version just mainly because I appreciate the music quite a bit more because it has and the musical score seems to be a little bit better. The original one that was made in the US is great too. But we're going to play this one for anybody who's never heard the Japanese soundtrack. I think you guys will like it if you're familiar with this game. The stream, as all the rest of them, is brought to you by Gamers United, past and present. Please look us up on Facebook. We're also in the process of getting something set up on Instagram as well. And come join a group of good gamer friends and family who all seem to be pretty pleasant towards each other, and I respect everybody in there. So let's get this party started. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely up in my top 3. It's hard, it's really freaking tough, but I'm confident that I can get through this without a game over, so let's get it. I've done runs where I didn't take anybody with me. I'd play just solo with Trevor, and I've made it through the end and without too much trouble. So I'm going to take Sypha whenever I get to that level, and we're going to see if we can get this all the way to the end. And just so you guys are aware, this game generally takes me about an hour to get through, so that's what I'm aiming for tonight. So if you got an hour in you, you're going to see some good gaming, a great game, and hopefully you will get to see me persevere through it. But it's a tough game. It's not for the weak of heart. You know, if you ever decide to give this thing a go, you're in for a beast. What's up, Mr. Kyle? You can use those holy waters there and any sub weapon. If you break enough candles and defeat enough enemies with it, you'll eventually acquire a double and a triple shot, and this is pretty helpful. So if you see me just throwing the holy water at candles, it is for a purpose. And if you're not familiar, with this game, at the top you have you see your holy water icon kind of dead center in that red box, and then right next to it, it's got hearts equals 20 and P equals 2. The hearts is your ammunition, basically, which you can get from candles, and sometimes the enemies drop them when you kill them. The P equals 2 is how many lives I have. And the little 2 thing next to it means I can have 2 holy waters on the screen at the same time, which that comes in handy, you know, fighting some bosses and some enemies that ever throw just more than one at a time. Because the holy water, whenever it hits the ground and it turns into the flame, it'll basically freeze anything that touches it, you know, until the flame disappears or it dies. And I think that's an axe sub-weapon there, which I do not want. I don't need that right now. I don't typically use that until I get to the very, very end. I think that's just meat. The meat in the wall there gives you your health back. But I've got full health, as you can tell up top. The player and the little lines next to it is my health. And then the bar below it where it says enemy, that's the boss's health bar whenever you get to a boss. Hey, what's up, cuz? Welcome. You missed well, I don't know how long you were there for, but I just about choked on 8. But when I got to Wiley, though, I kind of found my gear and got through it. But there were some close calls, though. Just like with 7 last night. This one was brutal. It took me about 2 hours. It took me a little over 2 hours to get through it, but I did it. And watch how this holy water just eats this boss alive. Just watch his health bar disappear. Alright, so one boss down. Immediately after this boss, you're going to have a choice between 2 stages. Oh yeah, it was hard, man. There were some close calls in that last video. Mega Man 8's no joke to me. Alright, so you have a choice here. You can either go upstairs and take the clock tower, or you can go downstairs and skip the clock tower and move forward in the game. I am going to skip the clock tower, even though it's one of my favorite levels in the game, but if you do that, it just makes the game just a smidge longer, and with as much time as I put into Mega Man 8 today, I think I'd be better if I got towards the end, not being completely just mentally spent. These guys here that come up and down with little spikes, the little crushers, those are instant death if it hits you, so do not let those spikes hit you. And when you die, you lose your whip upgrade, you lose your holy water, and you go back to just 5 hearts. You're basically starting fresh. And the dagger is not really helpful at all, so I'm going to let that disappear. Whenever I get up here, though, there's going to be a boomerang sub-weapon. I'm going to go ahead and get that. I like the boomerang in this game, especially through the middle part of the game. When you get it, you lose your triple shot, so you have to get that back. And the only way to get it back is to keep using your sub-weapon on enemies, candles, and torches and stuff. I always thought this was a pretty cool little sequence with the owls, you know, in the woods looking through, and all you see is their eyes. You know, I've been, on a side note, I've been kind of surprised that there hasn't, and I better knock on wood because it might happen tonight, but there hasn't been a lot of fireworks going off tonight, which has been kind of nice. And last night either, I didn't really have too much trouble with that. I remember last year, poor little Cookie was about probably like 4 months old, and she was about to go bananas because of all that mess last year. I mean, they were shooting off fireworks around here like crazy, but it's been pretty quiet. It wasn't too bad last night. And I haven't heard too much today. I do remember last year the fireworks seemed like they went all the way until about July the 11th. Somebody was shooting them like every night. It was irritating the hell out of me. So I'm glad. Maybe the rain kind of kept that from happening. Okay, so again, you can either go straight across where you get the options to pick up Sypha as a helper, or you can go downstairs, and that's the harder route. So we're going to keep it easy tonight. I think that torch has an axe in it too, so I'm going to dodge the axe. I did a Castlevania video on this game probably a month ago because I saw someone do, you know, pull off this little what that guy did, and it's at the boss at this stage, and I'll explain what that little technique is. It's not very helpful, but it's actually really cool how you can make the lightning from the sky strike the boss if you time everything just right. And the only way you can do it as well is if you have the dagger. So I'm not gonna get it and show it. But if you guys want to go back and look at a Castlevania 3 run that I did a little while back, it's like an 18 or 19 minute video, but the first 5 minutes is the only part that's relevant. So if you want to see something kind of cool, if you're a fan of this game, I would suggest going back and checking out that old video from about a month ago. If you're on the Gamers United page, I posted it on there too, so you can check it out either way. It might be a little easier finding it on the Facebook Gamers United past and present page if you're watching this video now or later on. Alright, so we are at the boss, and I've got plenty of hearts. I don't need any more, so I'm just going to go in here and do this thing. But you'll notice as you're here, you'll notice the screen will start lightening up. See the lightning there? When the screen flashes, if you throw that dagger at the right time, the lightning will strike the dagger, and if the dagger is right above this guy's head, it'll strike him too. Alright, no problem. That's what I did in between games. I had to go ahead and got me some July 4th food that we cooked today. A nice burger off the grill that was amazing. That was just what I needed to perk me up. Alright, so here's your first companion that you run into. And the writing's all like that because I'm playing the Japanese version, because the soundtrack is better in my opinion. Game's still pretty much just as hard, but I just wanted to play this version of it, because I've played the other one a million times, the US version. This is considered the superior version, so that's the reason why we're playing it. And the text isn't really all that necessary anyway. It doesn't have a whole lot of story. Alright, so the fourth stage, you are on the ship. And you're basically fighting your way to the castle in the center. And each stage that you advance, you get a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm going to keep my my boomerang, so I'm going to switch out the Cypher. Let's kind of see how this character plays. Short range, basic attack, but sub weapons like the fireball up there. Her sub weapons are top notch. They are very, very strong. They have good range, so it's not too hard just to use Cypher throughout. And that was an invisibility potion that I just picked up, which, as you can see, doesn't last long. And I think that's the only place that I'm aware of that potion exists. I think this is the only part of the game where that's there, and it's not really all that useful. Alright, so I'm going to switch back out, because my guy here has longer range with his basic weapon. Okay. For an NES game, the graphics are pretty well done in this too. It kind of looks like you're in the hull of a ship. But I'm also using her because there's a blue book up here that gives you a insanely strong, that right there. That's the best weapon in the game. It only uses one heart, and it throws those 3 orbs that are very strong. And as long as you don't lose that, you should be in good shape. In that wall there's some health, but I'm fully charged, so I'm not going to worry with it. But you have to be careful because of that short range staff of hers, that you don't accidentally pick up another sub weapon. You want to try to keep what you've got here. It's called the lightning orbs. The other sub weapon that she can get that's handy in some spots is another blue book, but it's an ice ability which allows you to freeze enemies. Sometimes you can freeze things in the stage that makes the stage a little easier for you. Okay. So until I get past this boss, I'm going to skip most of these candles because one of them has a fire book in it, and I do not want to pick that up. But it's not the first one, it's on over here to the left. You have to be careful here. You got to get across pretty quick so the platform is not too low so that you can make that jump. Yeah, it's either in this candle here or the one back before that I skipped. So it's not worth it. At best, I'd get a couple more hearts. At worst, I'd have a weapon I didn't want to use. Well, that didn't exactly go the way that I thought it was going to go. This boss is incredibly easy. This is the mid-boss. You just stand back and throw your boomerangs and duck to dodge that. You should be in good shape. That's Medusa. She is a recurring boss in these Castlevania games. She's in a lot of them. Over there to the right is going to be some wall meat, which will give me my health back from what I lost in the last room. You have to be careful here. As soon as you get across this, there's going to be one of those pirates waiting on you. And they're pretty easy, but they got some reach when they lean in and try to stab you. almost walked into that. Definitely don't want that weapon. That's the worst weapon in the whole game. The stopwatch. Okay, so it's time to switch back. This room here can be a little bit tricky if things don't go right. There's a couple of ravens in here and a couple of bottomless pits, and you don't want to be thrown into it. Not at this point. Alright, good. I'm just going to keep Cypher for the rest of this stage. Okay, went well. That went well. That's another a book in that candle. I don't need it. I've got exactly what I need right now. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this boss over here and move on to stage 5. This stage has 10 levels, by the way. Yeah, 10 levels. It goes 1 through 9 and then 8. Level 8 is the last part of the game. But this thing is going to get much harder, very quickly. Stage 5 is a little bit tough, and then stage 6 really starts amping it up. Let's use my boomerang guy. For some reason those lightning orbs, I want to hit him in the head, which is what you have to do. Alright, so that's that. On to level 5, everybody. Cookie's down there grinding hard on our bone, man. This part up here is a little tricky, these gargoyles. They have some wicked flight patterns that they use. Great. Health is a premium in this level too, so there's not a lot of stuff to give you health. I think there's one section at the very end where you get some help if you need it. Actually, there's some health up there in that block, I believe, too, right above the door. I don't want that. Yeah, I think right above that door, there's a wall you can break. I hope it's health and not a heart. There we go. Good. That makes me feel better about my chances. And one of those candles has the freeze book in it, but I don't want to get that just yet. There's an extra life up here too. I'm gonna try to get it actually. Hope it's not down there. It'd be funny if it was down there. The extra life, I mean. Yeah, I think my extra life was back there. Maybe it's not even one up here. I might be thinking of something else. Because there is another section where you have to do this same kind of travel in stage 9. There's a section similar to this. There went another freeze book. Try to get some hearts because there's some spots further into this stage where they'll come in handy. so I can get another book. Okay, good. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a red book for Sypha, so I'm just gonna skip that candle. There's nothing in it for me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Gotta watch my hearts are starting to disappear from me. I can skip him. I'm not gonna waste more hearts on him either. Yeah, just go ahead and do that so I can get up here. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna make it through this. This last part isn't too terribly bad. And plus, there's a health at the end. Some wall meat to give me some health, so I'll be okay. As long as I don't pick that up. Jesus. All right. I think there's some health over here. It may just be a heart. But yeah, this is pretty well already over. These lightning orbs tear his tail up. He's almost dead already. Alright. This next stage, though, is pretty tough. It's got some spots in it that are very tricky. Making pretty good time, 22 minutes. I'm halfway through. Music just gets your anxiety up. Some pretty wild music here. We are in stage 6. At the halfway point. I've got everything I need. Got my boomerangs, got my lightning orbs. In pretty good shape right now. Now the freeze book here, you see how the water's kind of pushing me, you know, the other way. The freeze book will actually freeze the water, and since I hit that candle, I'm not going to get the freeze book because for Sypha that candle leaves the freeze book, and for Trevor it leaves the holy water. Okay, we're still in okay shape. I've got 2 big old money bags up under both of my eyeballs. Nope, don't want that. You have to be real careful with this game. Switch back to Sypha because she's pretty handy down here. Some tough enemies and some tough spots. These lightning orbs hopefully will help me out. Bat coming up behind me doesn't help me out though. Getting close to the end of this stage. It's not too much longer. Ooh. Almost grabbed that too. I don't need that right now. And there's a clock in that candle if I'm not mistaken. be careful too. There's a bat that usually comes out. Okay, I missed the bat. Alright, so still in good shape. Got all my health. Got a few hearts. I'm at the last sequence of the stage. That candle there is a fire book. I'm going to skip that and I'm going to switch back to Trevor. Because I need that reach with his whip here. Oh, please finish the jump and don't fall straight down. That was a risky time to be switching characters, but I didn't want to pick that dagger up. Alright, so now we're down here as the boss. I should be able to handle this pretty well. Got all my health, got plenty of hearts. That's an axe in that candle. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch back. This shouldn't take too long. Alright, it's one dragon gone. Yeah, the slowdown's horrible when you got on the board flying around. Almost knocked me off the side. Just glitched the game just a little bit. It's funny, I've never seen that happen before. So we're making progress, y'all. Stage 7's next. I think my best time at this game is 50 minutes, so if I can keep on going like this, who knows, might crack my time. Yeah, a smart thing to do is you gotta wait for them things to come back. Because if you start when the platforms are too low, you'll never make it across. So it gets dangerously close to the bottom. Just barely make those jumps. Okay, I think this wall has no triple. I don't need that. Already got the triple shot. Not much. I'm on stage 7 now. Been pretty smooth so far. Definitely a lot smoother than damn Mega Man 8. But if you know anything about this, you know it's going to get very unsmooth here quick. Stage 9's where it's really damn tough. That's a hard level. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna go with Trevor here, try to preserve just a few hearts. Slowdowns, man, that's rough on you. Oh, he respawned back. That's okay though. There's a section upstairs here when you're about to go into the door. There's a jump that is, you have to be pixel perfect on this damn jump. I mean, it's right on the edge. That one's a pretty easy jump compared to the one I'm about to have to make. These next two platforms are pretty easy to deal with. It's the next one. It's this jump right here. I mean, that is a long jump for this game. When you look at your jump like this, it doesn't look like you can go that far. You have to get like right on the freaking edge. Ugh. And I thank my lucky stars every time I pull that jump off because I feel like it's a damn miracle. the red skeletons, when you hit them, they don't die. They come back up after a second or two. So you have to keep that in your mind. Okay. So once you go down here, this area is kind of tricky. It's not real bad, but you have to be careful. You can't get caught up in the ceiling or it'll crush you. So now you just have to wait for this platform here, jump across, and that's it. And now we're about to go fight a slew of bosses. There's 3 of them here. 2 I've fought before, you have to fight again, and then a 3rd new boss. I'm gonna get these hearts here because I want this to be easy and smooth. I don't want that though. Alright, so we're gonna go with Sypha or lightning orbs and take care of these 3 hopefully pretty quick. But like I said, the first 2 bosses of this you've seen already. And the little fireball there, once he goes into the coffin, that's when the boss comes out. And you can see these lightning orbs are destroying their life meters. I'm gonna come over here. Try to stay close when I throw those. See, otherwise it just goes right. You gotta hit him in the head. That's one thing. All right, so now here's the last one. And this guy's not too bad. I'm gonna use Trevor though. This guy's pretty strong. He's got a pretty strong armor. Kind of put myself in a corner with that maneuver. He's not too troublesome. As long as you got your boomerangs and your lightning balls, you should be okay here. I only took 1 hit from him, so. Alright, so here we go. We're in Dracula's castle now. This next stage is basically the same stage of Castlevania 1, the first stage, where you're walking through the hallway with the zombies and stuff. It looks just like that stage. So if you watched me play Castlevania 1 a couple nights ago, this should look very familiar. I'm going to try to rack up on hearts too here to make this stage easier. But I'm collecting all these hearts and still running a pretty good solid time. I'll only be at 33 minutes in the 8th stage. Not too shabby. That other candle there, I'm pretty sure is just a money bag, so I'm not too worried about it. Now these spiders here, they can cause some trouble. That little spider they shoot out of themselves moves pretty fast. Yeah, the music is fantastic here. This was also in the first stage of Castlevania 1, the same soundtrack, I believe. I think they used the same theme. But the whole game, I mean, it's great music all the way through. I don't have a gripe with any stage theme in this game. It's all great tunes to me. And there's wall meat over here too, just to show you that I'm fully charged health-wise, so I don't necessarily need it. Okay, let's see if I take out the trash here. I'm just going to show you, because I'm going to be able to get this lightning orb right back. I'm going to show you how this freeze shot works, because it's in that candle right there. If it only it worked on bosses that way. Holy smokes. Alright, so this is the last sequence here. Make it through this section here on the right and you're on the home stretch. I hope there's a lightning orb. There it is. Alright, so we're going to try to cover this with her. You know, honestly, it's about this point where I start thinking about picking up the holy water, because the holy water works really good on this boss. But so does the current weapon I have. And you can't be lollygagging around here. Okay. That was risky doing that way, but I got through it. And now we're at the stage 8 boss. None other than Death himself. Okay, one part down, one more to go. Just pay attention to how he's kind of flying around in a circle. Now you have to go. Just get up under him and bye. But he's almost dead. These lightning orbs are so effective, y'all. They don't break the game, but they make it a lot easier. Alright, 8 down. 2 more to go. This next stage here is really hard. It's a really hard stage. Sounds like I got an extra life too. Okay, so I'm going to switch it back to Trevor. This section up here he handles to me a little bit better. Oh, see, that's what I worry about, is accidentally picking that up, because these weapons I have now, you don't find them just so easily. You might find them once per stage if you're lucky. Almost past this section. Which, compared to the rest of this stage, this is the worst. This is not the worst. Probably the easiest. And I made that look a lot easier than it is, I promise you. I don't think I took a breath the entire way walking through those things. But it doesn't get any better. It only gets harder. But I know I need to stack up my hearts, though. Yes, this is definitely a prequel. It was is actually set 100 years before the events of the original Castlevania. The story of these games is, I almost walked off the edge. The story of these games is that every 100 years, Count Dracula is resurrected, and the only ones who can fight Dracula are members of, you know, the Belmont clan, which this is Trevor Belmont. And in the original one, you're playing with Trevor's probably great-great-grandson. His name's Simon. So that's the story of the game, is that every 100 years, Dracula is resurrected, and one of the Belmonts, whoever's there at the time, has to go take care of it. And if he does not, then Dracula pretty much takes over the world, more or less. I don't like this part right here. And it's the gargoyles that make it hard. And the gargoyles flying at you. Yeah, there's a lot of lore, but it's pretty good lore though. And they were able to keep most of all the games, you know, canon also, which I can appreciate that. The heck, it just went right through him. But there's a lot of story to Castlevania though, goodness gracious. There's a Netflix series of Castlevania that's pretty damn good too. It takes place during this game, you know, basically during this time period, because there was a few things that happened during these events here. There's technically a sequel to this game on the PlayStation 2 called Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Trevor, your main guy here, he's in that game also. He's not your main character that you use, but he is in the game. He plays a pretty integral part of the story. Because I think it takes place, I think 3 years after this game, I believe, or maybe less. But the reason why this is called Dracula's Curse is because during this time, Dracula put a curse on all the land and killed a lot of people and, you know, resurrected all the monsters too. Now I know there's a life in this section here. I think it's up here to the right. I'm not worried with it. I'm not going to lose a life trying to get one. But it's right over there on the far right there. And it's about to be off the screen. Now it's off. Hurry, 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 hurry. You have to be careful with every dang step you make. Getting close, y'all. Getting close to the end of this stage, too. Alright, there's some health over here to the right. I'm going to get it. Hope I dodged at that. Okay, good. He come behind me. I'm going to switch over to Sypha for a second because this is a tricky area right here. The water's pushing you towards the pit, and you also have mermen coming through the water, and those dang ravens up there at the top. But these lightning orbs take care of the ravens. Okay, take a breath. Jesus, man. I'll take it. I don't need that one, though. Thank you for that. Jeez. There goes the fireworks, and there goes my pup. Okay, so, moment of truth. This is where you fight your doppelganger. Okay, good. Stay right there. You should be able to take care of your doppelganger because he'll stay right there and take the shots. Alright, y'all. We're creeping up on the end of this thing. One stage left. And if I can get to the end of this with all my help, get to Dracula with all my help, and don't lose my weapons, I like my chances. But this is not easy to do. This is a very tough stage. Well, I love how they start you out with no hearts. I was sitting there trying to throw a lightning orb because I knew that raven was there. First part. This section isn't very easy either. Those flying Medusa heads there do not make things easy on you. Slow down doesn't help either. And if you get caught in the top of the screen, it kills you too, so a lot of stuff trying to get you here. Ooh, get away, get away, get away! Man, the Medusa heads are rough. They just pop up in the worst dang places. Looked like my game was about to glitch. Glad it didn't. close, y'all. My health is in bad shape. But at least here, if I die, I start back here. I'm hitting that candle so that holy water get out of the way. Get that. That won't give me full health, but be close. Oh no, I got him in a bad spot. I wish there was more help. This is gonna be tough, y'all. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. This is not gonna be easy not having all my health. But we're gonna give it my best shot though. That's all I can do. I've got 3 hits basically to kill 3 forms of Dracula. Now, this is it. I really wish it would give me some health, but it's not. So I have to basically go up and down these stairs for a little while and collect up some hearts. I'm going to try to get up to about probably 45 to 50. And then I'll be ready to go. Thought one of these had a dagger in it, but mistaken. But this is the last sequence here. This is the end. I'm going to do this probably one more time. And the only form that really bothers me is this first one, actually. The last 2, I don't have too much trouble with, because I've got the weapons I need. I'm just going to go ahead. Let's do it. Alright, y'all. It's on. Oh, what did I do that for? Wow. Okay. Only problem now is that I don't have a weapon. Oh, good, good, good. That's still there. Awesome. I can get my lightning orbs back. Okay, y'all. I will finish this. Hopefully I won't die again like I did just then, but I've got this. I know I've got this. I think that was the first time I died too. But like I said, the second and third form of Dracula really isn't that bad. All right, do that one more time. I'm not gonna go all the way down. Cookie's bombing the camera. You can see the top of her head because she's standing right next to where the camera's at. She gets her shot on these games. Damn, why does he come right there on top of me? Ooh, that was perfect. I couldn't have timed that no better. So here you just have to destroy all the heads here on the body. It's not too difficult. As you can see, the lightning orbs really do some damage. And then after this, you just kill the last form of Dracula. And the unfortunate thing is he's good at dodging these lightning orbs. When you get up there in his business and throw them at him. And the platforms, you know, you can't fall beneath them or you'll die there too. Because those are bottomless pits. See the orb just keep flying around. I don't know what it's looking for. But I can't throw another one until it's gone. Okay, I'm gonna expedite that. If you just change characters real quick, the orb will disappear. That's the only part about this boss is these orbs have a hard time focusing on Dracula's head. I ain't got time to play with you orb. I'm just gonna keep switching back and forth. It's kind of annoying, but seems to be the best way. You know what? This might be the best way. Let's just do it this way. You have to hit him dead in the head. You cannot miss. This is it. Oba. 51 minutes and some change. Not too bad. One of my better runs. Sorry, it sucks that I had to lose there at the end, but well, I guess this means Mega Man 9 tomorrow night and Super Castlevania 4. Both of those are fantastic games, so I'm looking forward to doing this again tomorrow night with Super Castlevania 4 and Mega Man 9. It should be fun. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you watching and commenting on. Watching all the way through. That's awesome, man. Most of the way through. Very cool. Alright, so I guess this will end this this broadcast. I'll let the credits roll, even though you can't read any of it unless you know Japanese. But yeah, it's been fun. This broadcast was brought to you by Gamers United Past and Present. Hope you enjoy. Hope you get to see you tomorrow too, maybe. We'll probably start at the same time, around 6 p.m. Eastern. So until then, it's been fun, and I'll see you on the other side.